All right, so hi. So today we're gonna show you how to do some like basic drawings. So I'll show you a few things and then Nora will come in and show you how to do like a few drawings as well. Okay, so the first thing that we will draw is a tree. So basically, I'm just gonna draw and you can just follow along. You'll need a sheet, like any kind of sheet of paper. It can be like this, line, doesn't really matter. And then you'll just need like a writing utensil. I'm just gonna use this black pen. All right, so for the tree, you want to start with the trunk, and just like me, kind of a line like that. And you want to make one that on the opposite side. All right, and then when you get to the top, the trunk will split into two halves. And then those two halves will also split again. But this time we'll connect them when we split them so that we can close those lines. All right, so now you have the trunk, and now we'll add the leaves. So I just like to do like one giant thing that kind of looks like a cloud. And you can kind of do it like whichever way you want. Okay, and so now we kind of have like a basic tree, and now we'll add some details. So for the trunk, I just like to make a bunch of lines because we know that trees do have those. Doesn't have to be exact. It can be a little bit messy, that's okay. Kind of like that a little bit. And if you have like color pencils or crayons or anything, you can also like use different colors as well. I'm just gonna be using black and white. And then I'm gonna add like some leaves, but not like the whole thing because that would be a lot. So I'm just gonna add like some on the bottom of my tree, kind of like little loops. Okay, and you can also add some on the outside so it kind of looks like maybe it's like fall and the leaves are falling off, blowing in the wind. Okay, so that's the tree. And so now I'm going to show you the next thing, which is going to be a sunflower. So for this one, you want to start off by making a circle, but kind of like that. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. And so sunflowers, they usually have like the middle part of a sunflower is usually really big, and it's usually filled with sunflower seeds, which are black. So I'm going to start using my pen to kind of make really dark loops around the edge, because that's where we want it to be the darkest, because we're going to play with shadows a little bit. Okay, and once we have that, you don't want it to be like completely black. You want to leave like some little white spots in there. Then we'll do the second layer. It's going to be kind of similar, but a little bit more loose with the loops. And as we get closer to the middle, we want to make sure that we're leaving a bigger space between each of the loops so that you can see some of the white still in there, right? So see how as I'm getting closer, it looks whiter in the middle and it's darker on the edges, right? So this is going to be the middle of the sunflower. So now we're going to do the petals. I like to do the petals by doing one really big one, kind of like that. And then I like to go across and do a petal so that I can make sure to space them out evenly as I'm drawing this. So the next one I'm going to do is right here. So I'm going to try to make sure it's like between these two petals. And you kind of want to make sure it's all the same size. It doesn't have to be exact because like even in nature, you know, petals are not all exactly the same. So this side as well. Okay, so now we have 4. Now I'm going to go in between each of these and do a petal as well. See how that like really helps space out the petals so they all don't get squished on one side. Okay, so you can either stop at this point, or if you want to add some more petals, like I really like to make my sunflower really full, so I'll go and add like a petal in between each of these two. So it kind of just looks like this. So we'll go all around until It's full. Okay, so now it's like a lot bigger, right? So we're gonna still, we're gonna try to use lines to kind of add some texture to the petals. So I like to add like 3 lines, like 1, 2, 3, just like that. And I'll do that for each one. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the same thing, but at the very tips of the petal, I'm just gonna do 2 lines. So 1, 2, and including these as well. 1, 2. Okay, so now like the main part of the sunflower is done, but we wanna add a stem to it. So you could do a line just like that, but in real life, sunflowers are really big, so their stems are also like kind of thick. And now what I'm adding is a leaf, so we can add 2. I think 2 is a good number. And you can just add like a line in the middle, just to make it look. Okay, so there you go. That's how you do a sunflower. So now for the next one, we'll do a sunflower again, but we'll do it from like a different kind of angle. So if you want to, this is kind of like looking at a sunflower that's on the side and it's kind of tilted. So we'll start by kind of drawing what looks almost like an eye, right? Like that. And then this edge of the line we'll make really dark. And as we get to this side, it'll become a little bit lighter. Okay, and then we'll leave it like a little like. So then we'll start adding a petal to the dark. So we want to add the petals starting with this really dark shaded side. And it will just look like this, just like how we did it in the other drawing. And then this time we'll add a petal like right next to it, like that. So we'll let it go, we'll let this petal go a little bit under that petal. Same thing on this side, it will go a little bit under it. And then we'll add one right here. So you want to kind of, this is the edge, and you want to go a little bit above the edge and add a petal. Same thing on that side. So we're just, so now because we want to make it look like, because we know we can't see these 2 petals, we'll just do 1, 2, right? So those petals are kind of falling behind the flower. And then we'll add the stem, which will be coming this way. And then we'll add the leaf. And remember, we can draw like a little line in each leaf. And then with our petals, we can do the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we can even do it to those ones. And then with this side, we want to do 1, 2. Okay. So you can kind of see how this sunflower is now like kind of blowing in the wind. So it's blowing a little bit to the side. Okay, so that one's done. So I'm going to show you how to draw another kind of flower, a rose. So we'll also draw the rose 2 different ways. So the first way is if you're just looking at the whole thing. So you'll start by kind of doing like a very like small loop and then closing it. So it's kind of like maybe like a heart almost shape, right, with that part going in. Then we'll do kind of a loop like that. And then we'll also do a loop. So basically with a rose, it's really easy. You just keep adding loops. You start off really small with the loops, and they start getting a little bit wider as you go. All right, so you can already see that's kind of making a rose shape. And you can even add like, start making the lines a little bit more wavy, right, as we get to making the rose bigger. And then when you're kind of satisfied with it, like you're like, okay, that looks like enough petals, we can stop. And then we can add 2 leaves. So I like to make my leaf like a little bit spiky on the edges because we know that roses have spikes. And I always like to add 2 leaves. Okay, and so then we'll draw a line in the middle, a line in the middle, and then we'll draw lines coming out of that middle line. Okay, so that one was really easy. That's one way to draw a rose. and now I'm going to show you. And now we have a guest. Say Tina again. Maybe we'll draw a picture of her later. Okay, she's gone. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to draw the rose, but from like a different kind of angle. So for this, you'll have to kind of do what looks almost like a very mini petal. So we'll do one in the middle like that, and then two kind of like that. Then we'll connect it to like a half circle kind of, and then we'll do this, which that's going to be the stem. Okay, and now for the actual petals, right? Because this is a rose that's kind of closed and we're looking at it from the side, we'll do two main petals, and then we'll do the inside. So I like to draw a line like this, and then I try to do like a little swirl on the inside. Okay, and we'll shade this in. So this one, I like to shade this in all the way black. You can kind of shade that in almost all the way. Okay, and then I'll also draw a leaf, which I also like to shade these in kind of almost all the way. And then with the petals, you also kind of want to shade it, but very lightly. So kind of like what we did with the sunflowers where we drew lines. I like to draw like a lot of really light little lines on the bottom and on the top. So just a little bit, not like a lot. Okay, so that's that rose like from that angle. Okay, so those were just a few things. Now Nora's gonna come and show you all how to draw like some different little drawings.
Hi everyone, I hope you guys are all doing well. So we're gonna start off by drawing an angry bird. So for this one, we're just gonna start off by drawing a circle, a medium circle. And this does not have to be perfect. Try to make it as round as you can. There. The next step is drawing the eyebrows. So this angry bird is kind of grumpy. So he has some thick eyebrows that are going down on an angle. So I'm just gonna draw like a rectangle here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and shade it in. And I know there's like more than one type of angry bird. I think this guy is the red one who's always grumpy. And we're gonna do the other eyebrow. Same thing, a rectangle going like this. We're just gonna connect it to this one right here. We're gonna go ahead and shade it. Now we're gonna draw the beak. So starting right here, a little below the eyebrows, we're gonna go ahead and make a slight curve. Then I'm going to bring it down at an angle again and draw a line. So this pretty much looks like a triangle, except the side is curved. Then we're gonna draw the bottom of the beak, and this part's so much easier. We're just gonna draw an upside down triangle, just like that. Now let's focus on the eyes. I'm just gonna go right here, like the middle of this eyebrow, if you guys can see that right here, and I'm gonna draw half a circle. And I'm gonna go ahead here and draw a line straight down. I'm gonna then draw the other eye, so I'm gonna go halfway to the eyebrow again and start drawing a circle. Now I'm gonna draw his eyeball. 1, 2. And he's almost done. We just have to add a few more things. He has a few feathers on top of his head. So go ahead and draw half an oval and draw a smaller one on an angle, just like this. And again, if this is going too fast, feel free to pause or go back. And now we're gonna draw his tail. His tail is like 3 rectangles. So 1, 2, 3. And there's your angry bird. This game was so fun. All right. So let's move on to our next thing to draw. Let's draw something a little easier. Let's draw a rocket. This one will be fun to do because we're going to be drawing a bunch of shapes pretty much. So let's first start by drawing a curved triangle. It looks just like this. This is going to be the top of our rocket. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line connecting these two, and then draw a small thin rectangle, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring these lines down and curve them. Because again, we're drawing a rocket, and rockets are usually like curved if you ever see pictures of them. And then we're going to draw a line going across. Now it's time to draw the bottom. You can get creative here. I'm going to draw this. I'm going to go ahead and add like stripes like this. If you wanted, you could add polka dots, butterflies, I don't know, anything you want. Then we have to draw the wings. So again, we're going to be focusing on like these curved triangles. 2 on each side. And then I'm going to draw a window right here. So just a circle and then draw a smaller circle inside. If you want, you can even draw like a little sick person inside waving. Like, whoa, I'm excited, I'm going to outer space. And then we can even add like fire. Because rockets usually have like, well, in cartoons, they have like flames coming out of them. And in real life too, I think. So this is how you just draw flames. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's little scribbling. Make it look cool. Okay. And I'm going to go and add details. Like I might want to add lines here. Might want to shade this in over here. Maybe add a star right here. This could be called like the starship. Add polka dots over here. Decorate it any way you want. Make it look cool. Make it your own. Put some of your personality in the drawing. Okay. So our third picture, I think it'd be really fun if we did something else that's space themed. So let's draw a cat in a spacesuit. So the first step is we're just gonna draw a circle. This is gonna be the cat's head. Again, this does not have to be perfect. I'm not a perfect drawer. It's a little lopsided, but it'll work. We're gonna draw cat's ears. So you probably know cats have like triangle ears. I'm gonna draw a mini triangle inside of them. Then we're gonna draw the eyes. So I'm gonna draw like half circles. And again, you can make your eyes your own. Like I'm gonna add eyelashes to mine. But you don't have to. Then we're gonna draw the nose and the mouth. So the nose is essentially like a small triangle that's upside down. And then for the whiskers, just like a few lines. And if you want, you can give the cat a cool design. Like maybe I'll give her like this pattern on her forehead. Now comes a fun part. We're gonna put this cat in a cat spacesuit. So I'm gonna draw a rectangle right where her neck would be. This is gonna be the beginning of her suit. So when you go to space, there's you have to wear a spacesuit. And part of the spacesuit is wearing like this see-through, pretty much like a fishbowl, like over your head, but this is how it looks like. Then we're gonna go ahead and start drawing the outfit. So for the spacesuit, you can do it any way you want. I'm gonna start by drawing like a square for like where the cat's body would be. And then rectangles for the cat's arms in the spacesuit. And then circles covering the paws. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the legs as well. Rectangles and add circles. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back and add some fun designs to the suit. So maybe I'll add like a pocket in the front. Sure, a space cat has to carry some things. And then maybe like a button or two. Maybe add like this thing that has buttons on it. Maybe it controls like the spacesuit or something. Maybe color in like the paws. And you can even make like a little bubble, like the cat is thinking the moon is awesome. There, and I mean, you can go back, and if you have markers or colored pencils or crayons, go ahead and start coloring it. But if you don't, you can just use your pencil or your pen. You can go ahead and like shade it, use lines in different directions. So I might want to go up here, and I can go across here. You know, just like decorate any way you want. Okay, so let's draw some more things. Let's draw a bunny. I mean, Easter is coming up, so this would be a fun one to do. So to start drawing the bunny, we're gonna draw a shape that's like a square, but it's rounded on the edges. This is gonna be the bunny's face. Then we're gonna add the bunny's ears. You can see I kind of did like an L and then I curved it, and I'm just gonna put a line through it. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. I'm gonna draw like an L, curve it, and draw a line through it. Then I'm gonna go back and add a line here to make it look like that's the inside of the bunny's ears. Okay, then we can go and start adding details to the face. I'm gonna add the bunny's eyes. And if you want, you can even add like eyelashes. I think that looks really cute, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Then you're gonna draw this bunny's nose and mouth. And this bunny's happy, it's smiling. Then for the body, we're gonna draw like half an oval. And we're gonna draw its paws and its little feet. And we can't forget about the tail. And again, if you have like colored pencils or markers, go ahead and you can start coloring it. If you just have a pen or pencil, you can just shade in some parts of it. And maybe you even want to like give it a crown or something. I think that would be really cute. So that's how you draw a very basic bunny. Now, the next thing we're going to draw is, let me just check what I have next on the list. We're gonna draw a baby dolphin. So this one has a lot more steps. So again, if you need to pause and go back, go ahead and do that. So we're gonna start by drawing the face. So I'm gonna draw like a curved line. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw the top fin for this dolphin. So it's just like a curved triangle, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and make this curved line. And then I'm going to make the tail. So the tail is like this, it's almost triangular, but it's like really curved. I'm gonna make two of these, going opposite directions. Then I'm gonna go back to the beginning right here. I'm gonna make a C. And then I'm gonna take the C and connect it all the way to the bottom fin. And I'm gonna also add a fin right here. And a fin right here. This is like half the fin because the dolphin's swimming, so you can only see part of it. I'm gonna add some details, like a line right here for the fin and a line right here. I'm gonna go back to the tail, add a line here. These small details are so easy to add and they make it look cooler and more realistic, so it's really fun to do. And then let's focus on the face now. I'm gonna go to where I started the C, and I'm gonna like move a little space, and then I'm gonna draw a curved line like this. And right underneath it, I'm gonna draw a smiley face because that's a dolphin smiling. Almost a shark. It's a dolphin. You can make it into a shark, I guess, if you gave it like pointy teeth. And then I'm gonna draw the eyes. Again, there's so many ways to draw eyes. This is usually how I draw eyes when I'm like drawing cartoon characters. And I'm gonna give it eyelashes too, because I think this makes it more fun. And we're gonna give it some eyebrows. I'm gonna go to where like the stomach is and just draw a curved line going like this. And look how cute this dolphin looks. I mean, we're gonna add some bubbles. I'm going to add some lines to the bubbles because, again, that's like adding more details and it makes it look more realistic. And if you want, you can definitely expand this picture, like draw some seaweed by drawing like a bunch of curved lines. You can draw like another fish. Doesn't have to be anything really fancy. Okay. And we're going to draw one more thing for today. And for our last picture, let me look to see what I have planned, because let's make this one really fun. How about we draw let's draw a rubber ducky. That one's cute and easy to draw. So the first step is we're going to draw a circle.
Are you doing the class in the middle video?
So we're going to draw a circle. Then I'm going to add an eye. And I'm going to then go back to the picture and start adding more details to it. So for the eye, I'm going to draw 2 tiny circles in it. And I'm going to go in the big circle and color it all in, but leave the tiny circles that you drew in blank. This is going to add detail to our rubber duck. So as you guys can see already, like that's adding so much more detail than just drawing like a circle. The next step is I'm going to go to kind of where under the eye is and draw a big curved line. It looks like a big C. That's the body of the rubber ducky. Then I'm going to go and connect this. And as you can see, I'm giving it a little point right here because that's like where its tail feathers are. Now our next part is drawing the beak. So for the beak, I'm going to go halfway across where the eye is, go to the very edge, and I'm going to draw 2 curves. Almost looks like a 3. So let's draw like a 3, just like that. Then I'm going to draw a line from the bottom of the 3 and just curve it up. I'm going to go to the top of the 3 here, make a curve, and then I'm going to connect these 2 lines. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw a line across it. There's your beak. And again, you can go ahead and color this in. If you have like markers or anything, go for it. Let me see if I have any here actually. I have like a red pen, so whatever you have, color it in. Next I'm going to draw the duckling's wing. So I'm going to draw a very wide C. And then I'm going to go and just make a few feathers going off of that. And that is your duckling. And if you want to, I think it's really cute if you had like a little bit of feathers coming off the duckling there, and even over here. I think that looks really fun. And you can even like expand this. Since this is like a duckling, you can make it like in water. Maybe some bubbles from like the soap or something. Draw like little waves. You could even do like a little speech bubble. Saying hello. So yeah, these are just like a few fun drawings that you guys can do. Use any utensils that you have with you. You can use like a white piece of paper or a scrap piece of paper, or even like anything that you find that you can draw on. And yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys all next week. I hope you had really fun with this lesson, and I hope you guys have a great time learning. So yeah, see you guys later.